welcome to another cast of the Aurorian Age. And boy, let me tell you what, we are some sort of excited because we all know what happens in 2 days. Pre-launch day. For months, we've been playing alpha, we've been playing closed beta, then we've been playing alpha again, and then we played on a different alpha server, and then we played some more closed beta, and then open beta. We're done. We're ready to play. How about y'all?
Ready to go.
I am past ready.
Hell yeah. So, I'm Steelheart. I'm your host tonight. With me tonight, we have Deuce. Deuce, I think Deuce is up there somewhere. Deuce.
Yeah, I'm here.
We have Bear.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
And we have August.
Hello.
So, guys, y'all ready for this?
And I'm so ready for this.
We've been ready for this since Omega.
I've been ready for this since, 2011? So.
Yes, Nasamun, I am juiced tonight. I'm excited. It's just and like many of y'all out there that are in guilds or going it alone, you've plotted, you've planned, you've orchestrated, and now everything that you and your guild and or your guild want to do in game, you get your chance because it's happening. And not only do you get your chance, it's permanent. What you do is actually going to matter.
That's right. It's been a long time coming. I've only got to do one more land rush, land grab, hopefully.
I'd say I only got a level of 50 once more, but you know me, I tend to level lots of times to 50.
Always level to 35 and start over.
I'm leveling one. I'm leveling one character to 50. I may have a couple alts, just save a couple of names that I like to have in games, but I'm leveling one character to level 50. That's what I do in any game anyway.
Yeah, get one character up to level 50 until they bring the dwarves out, and then I'll probably have to level another one up. But anyway.
Just never saw myself as short and stubby. Don't
either.
Say
That's
anything. So, as it says, we're giving away another silver pack tonight. So whatever Dash says is the goal for us to give out one. I think last time it was a certain amount of followers, and then we'd give out one later in the cast. So pay attention. If you want to win it, you have to be in this cast. You have to be in channel. You have to be in chat, or you're not going to win it. So you got to stay with us tonight. I'm sorry. I'm not the prettiest guy around, but, you know, it'll just have to do. I don't have the mega beard going on, the beard power.
Mega beard.
I am wearing pants. I don't know about Deuce, but I'm wearing pants.
Yeah.
Hey, what is this pants thing you're talking about?
Do one cast without pants and you never hear the end of it, right?
Hey, there was one cast that was no shirt on accident, but that's another story.
Excuse me. I apologize for missing the cast last week. I've been a little under the weather. I'm a lot better now, as you can tell. So I've got 2 weeks worth of pent-up excitement. Y'all are in trouble.
You had the Black Plague, man. It was rough.
I tell you what, I did have the plague. That kind of really sucked, too.
Yeah.
And then they put me on antibiotics for 2 weeks, so I couldn't even drink.
Ooh, that's not good.
That was horrible, but I'm not on antibiotics right now.
I think I still got the Army wonder drugs running through my veins. I don't get sick very often.
200,000 cc's worth of penicillin in the butt.
You know, you gotta.
Yeah.
Eat it up.
The peanut butter shot.
The peanut butter shot. Been there, done that. That sucked, man.
No, somebody remarked last week that I was getting a little fuzzy on the top. So, yeah, I did go ahead and put my hair back where it was supposed to be. Thanks, everybody, for noticing.
What, you put it on your back?
He donated it to Walks Alive.
Yeah, I donated it.
He donated his hair to the farm.
All right. 6 servers at launch, correct? American servers at launch. 4, 5, 6 European servers.
Yep.
So, regardless what server we're starting on, we're looking at queues. More than likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see any way around it. I know there's a lot of folks that are saying, oh, it's just going to be founders. We're not going to see queues. I think we're going to see queues. I really do. I hope I'm wrong, but with that few amount of actual servers, I think we're going to see it.
Here's the thing on that too. And even near the end, a lot of people were just resting out, just waiting, not wanting to burn out and stuff, take a break before we go live. So even our alpha and buy-in betas and stuff, there is a ton of us. So once we all actually hit it one time, yeah, I don't think there's going to be a single server that doesn't have a queue, even on Head Start.
Yeah, and keep in mind, once again, there are going to be queues. So just understand that. Be patient. Like somebody just sitting there, that means there's a lot of people playing. Yes, that definitely means there's a lot of people playing. Is it going to be frustrating? Yes, if you're stuck in a queue, it is going to be frustrating. It always is. Nobody wants to be stuck in a queue at launch day, especially for a land grab.
Oh, no joke.
But it is going to happen. The best thing I can tell you is just be patient. Try not to break your monitor. Don't throw your computer out the window. These things are expensive these days, by the way.
You know me so well.
So there will be queues. Will they add more servers? It didn't sound like it, did it?
No, I mean they pretty much come out and said that what we saw at Open is what we're going to have at Early Access. Now they have made mention in the past that they're going to look at it, and if it's real bad, that they'll add more servers. And we know from past experience what that means is there's going to be people that are going to leave the servers that they're on to run over and try to do another land grab. I hope and pray to everything that's out there in the universe that we're not one of those folks.
I hope not, too. Will we launch early? Right now, we're projected to launch at 10 Pacific, 11 Mountain, noon Central, 1 Eastern. Take your pick which one you live in. So we'll say noon Central Friday. Will it open early? This is Tryon. We've seen it before. It very well could open early. By hours, not likely. But it could be. So you definitely want to be sitting here an hour before, staring at your login screen, hoping it says log in. Will there be a patch? I haven't seen one yet.
I think I did patch.
Did you patch?
Yeah.
I didn't see one earlier.
I think I did
check
patch.
that.
Yeah, I haven't tried it, so I figured I was going to run it up tomorrow to see if there's a patch, because if it comes out, it'll probably come out tomorrow. They won't wait till the last day.
Scapes made mention of it last night when they did their live stream. Was that last night or night before? Man, I'm telling you, my days are just getting all mixed up right now. So...
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Our producer is letting us know.
Our producer heard us. So, according to Dashivah, what did he say, Bear? It was echoing through my head. It was kind of like the voice of God.
Yeah, basically what he said was that the patch that we had for open beta, the last patch for open beta is what they're going to launch with, unless they see something that they need to sneak in there. So if we see anything, it should be a small one. It shouldn't be nothing too terribly bad. We know that they were still trying to get a couple small things put in, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be something that we have to patch. It could just be all on their end.
Good. Less patch, the better.
Right.
I hate patching before I launch a game.
Now, I don't know about anybody else, but right after open beta ended, I wiped and reloaded. I wiped everything that had anything to do with ArcheAge off my system, just so I could have a clean install. So maybe that was a bad thing to do. I don't know. We'll see.
I was going to say, I didn't do it.
See, Bear, if you would have come to the get-together and you would have had a good chance of winning the 960 gigabyte drive that now has 2 versions of ArcheAge, and I could put a third on there and it's still have plenty of room. Just throwing that out there, Bear.
I wished I could have made it, man.
I'll tell you what, man. Marissa won the 480 something. Who won the 256 solid state drive?
I don't
you remember.
No, I was outside smoking when the drawings were going on.
I thought Deuce won everything.
Deuce won a lot. He won his own farmer's garden.
Right.
Yeah. Memo calls me 3-carat Deuce.
3-carat Deuce.
All right. So as usual, we don't have a schedule of what we're going to talk about, so we're going to talk about whatever. Bear, what are you looking forward to most?
Man, I'm telling you, we were kind of talking about it earlier tonight. We had us a pretty good guild meeting, get everybody together on the same page.
Ooh,
I couldn't believe, I could not believe the amount of people that were actually in there. But I'm really looking forward to getting the land grab done, getting our guild farm set up, getting that machine rolling, and just everything counting. I know everybody keeps saying it, but that's really what I'm most looking forward to, is just everything mattering this time around, and knowing that if I find a rock, that rock is staying with me, or it's going to the guild. It's not going to just disappear into the ether. So that's it, man. And I'm looking forward to killing some people. So,
somebody asked, GGG has TS. Yeah, we got a 400-man server right now, and we're probably gonna have to bump it.
Yeah.
So, August, what you looking forward after all these months?
Just
what
getting
do you
everything.
Want to do?
Everything that I've pieced together for my launch day plan gets to happen, because on beta we did it all on the east side, so there was stuff that I couldn't put into my little scheme. So now we're going to launch on the west side, and I've got 3 run-throughs of practice that's got my plan perfectly etched out, and I just want to see it all fall into place, or fall apart, whatever. But
however it works. Deuce, What about yourself?
Well, I actually didn't quote unquote farm for stuff. Like, I never got Hosla weapons. I never really got gear because I was testing everything. So it'll be nice to actually work on some progression for my own gear. But, using what we've learned, everybody has done so much research, so much testing, everything. Just to use it for a permanent benefit is going to be great.
Yeah.
It's that, and I have to agree with all 3 of y'all, and we said at the beginning of the cast, that's what I'm looking forward to. Everything mattering. I mean, of course it mattered beforehand. We learned a lot of stuff, did a lot of stuff, like many of the people who got into the alpha and beta. It was like a class, a lesson. You learned how stuff worked and didn't work, and then they installed a new patch and changed it, and you relearned it. But I'm with y'all. I want when I have a clipper or galleon to know it's going to be there until somebody sinks it, which happens all too often, by the way. But yeah, that's definitely what I'm looking forward to most. It's going to be neat. Of course, grievances rolling on. Somebody asked what server you guys joining. We don't know yet. We won't be announcing the server until right before launch. I can tell you one server we're not joining, and that is Aaron Zeb. We're not going back to that server. Other than that, we don't know. We're watching. We have a couple of allies. We're talking to them. We're watching. So, yeah, we got a couple ideas we're looking at. No, we're not telling. Expect Grievance to announce their server 2 to 3 hours before launch.
Yeah, I keep putting it up there that we're going to be on and it's hidden. So you have to have the super secret decoder ring and hold it up on your screen. That's the only way you're going to figure out what server, beforehand. So.
Wait a minute. I don't have one of those.
That's because you haven't given it to us yet. We can't even decode it yet. So.
And honestly, we got some ideas we really don't know. And you'll notice there's a lot of guilds doing that. Now, there are some guilds that are announcing them. I can promise you, some of the guilds that have announced they're going to be on a server, they're not going to that server. You pretty much guarantee it. Some will, some won't. But I saw, what was it? We Are Legend. Didn't they challenge everybody?
Everybody.
Challenged everybody to come to their server. So basically, they'll go up against anybody and everybody. You know what I think would just be absolutely hilarious?
Just smoke and mirrors. Everybody come to our server. They're not there.
They roll on another server. And that's a possibility. I mean, if I was guild leader or We Are Legend, I'd sit here and I'd say, let's see. We could challenge everybody and have endless PvP forever. Competition with castles, or we could tell everybody we're going here, then have our pick of whatever server we want because all the big guilds are going here. So Guess it remains to be seen once the game launches.
We'll figure it out. It's really nothing to worry about, guys. I mean, there's no reason to sweat over what server we're going on. There's no reason for anybody to, to say they've got to know right now, because it wouldn't matter if you knew right now, yesterday, or tomorrow. The game doesn't go live till Friday. Yeah. So just hold your horses, man.
There's no benefit or bane to knowing any time before you making your character.
Yeah. Friday feels like one of those, Wild West, land grabs they used to have where everybody was lined up in a row and they'd say go and everybody take off in their buggies. And that's what it feels like, because that's what it's going to look like too, man. When you log into the game.
Old West, yeah.
Yeah, everybody's going to be taking off.
From far and away.
All right, so question for each of y'all. Bear, what class are you rolling and why? What's your three things you're choosing?
I'm going to be rolling an Abolisher to start with, because I'm going to be primarily concentrating on PvE tanking. Now, I will have my PvP builds, but until that time, I'm going to be concentrating on getting my PvE gear up so I can tank the dungeons and, the raid zones and, all the world bosses and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to be concentrating on.
What about you, August?
I'm an outrider, man. Battle Rage, Shadow Play, Archery, and it's because leveling is so easy because you got like 7 trips and it's just so versatile. And a lot of my big PvP skills don't even come in until like 45, 50 anyway. So once I hit 50, I can think about switching out the Battle Rage tree, but before that, I use too much of it.
And Deuce?
Well, I'm just going to go Arcmaster, so it really doesn't matter. That's me. I will level all 10 trees to 50. Mark my word. But for leveling purposes, actually out in the world, I normally run either Primeval or Stone Arrow. Just depends on what I'm feeling like. Depends if I'm doing large group PvP or solo.
Hey, Schmo. You going to play with us, brother? I keep on meaning to call you, but I've been busier than one-legged man in a butt-kicking contest. And please tell her I said hi. We missed you at this last get-together. I'm going Abolisher. I'm like Bear. I like the PvE tanking. I like the raid tanking. It's me. That's what I like to do. I've played a tank in every single game I've ever played, and I don't intend to stop now. Will that be good in PvP? To a point. At least I yank people off their gliders, which is always amusing when you yank somebody off their gliders. Or like when we got into PvP battle with Lords of the Dead and they yanked somebody off their clipper. That was pretty cool too. Especially because there's the driver.
Yeah, we got a question about the auction houses, and they did come out and say that they're going to be linked in groups of 3.
Yeah.
So they are still going to be linked, but they're not all going to be linked together like they had said at one point. They had said that all North American servers are going to be linked, and I guess they will in the essence that they'll all be linked together in groups of 3.
Is it 3 or 4?
They said 3.
3? Now that's really interesting. The shared economy is something that I haven't experienced before cross server like that. I can see where it really has its pluses and minuses.
Oh yeah. I mean, it keeps you from having a dead server, as far as economy wise. So I mean, that's going to be a benefit really to the bigger guilds. I mean, that's a benefit for those, but it's also going to help out the little guys too, because I mean, you'll have a better chance of getting something, but the larger guilds can actually have a chance of controlling more than just their own server, if they got, really got their stuff together.
Yeah, definitely.
It also makes it harder to get a hold on the economy too, though, because if we corner the market on barley or whatever, then somebody from another server can just put barley for like two silver and ruin whatever prices we're selling it for. So it keeps the economic PvP down to a minimum.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did I just hear a duck?
It wasn't my duck.
Hey, looks like a duck. Quacks like a duck. It must be a duck.
And Schmo, You know we got 2 WoW guilds, man. Horde and Alliance. Come play with us.
Vetus. We got Vetus from Prestige Worldwide, and
Yeah.
That's right. They did such an excellent interview about his guild the other night. If y'all haven't seen it, make sure to go over to our YouTube channel. Check it out. Check them out. They have a really, really great guild over there, and Vetus is a really good guild leader. So, props to Vetus. They're playing East Side. So if you don't want to play West Side with Grievance, go jump over there with Prestige Worldwide on the East Side. They got a good leadership and good group of people over there.
and they're our allies, so you'll still be.
Yeah, there are allies of Grievance. So right now we can raid the Kraken, which looks like fun.
Yep.
That's going to take somebody said 10 ships, 12 ships.
It can be done with 7, but 10 plus is better.
Yeah, they said that the easiest time that they've had has been using 12 to 13. Seems to work out best. And you got to have some good healers. You've also got to have people that are repairing the ships on the fly, and you've got to have a good a good range tank. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
I didn't even know you could repair ships until like second or third closed beta, and somebody's like, "Oh yeah, you can repair ships while they're, with lumber." I'm like, "Do what?" I didn't even know, man.
It takes a lot of lumber, but you can do it.
Yeah. There's so much to this game that, and don't take me wrong, Grievance has been playing this game for quite a while, and we're still finding stuff out, along the way. And, there's still so many of those secret quests out there that we haven't finished. And I know we've had some folks that are using them, or looking for them at least. As soon as I said that, I saw Lucci put up there, bear you some polish wax to make my head shine more. That's just my natural shine, man.
And Vetus, make sure you put y'all's guild address up there, if you will. If y'all are interested in playing on the east side again, check out Prestige Worldwide. Definitely, good group of people, really good group of people.
Absolutely.
So we got the Kraken as a raid mob, and we got a pirate on Friedrich Island.
Morpheus.
We got two pirate bosses.
2 pirate bosses.
Eight more follows.
We've attempted Morpheus, and yeah, it's a fun fight.
Tough.
It's tough on the healers. It really is. It reminds me of the EQ days of the complete heal chain. When the healers had to just sync their complete heals. It's kind of the same thing with they have to keep up their hots and still conserve mana and be able to take one down so they can meditate and stuff like that. So that's the challenge right there, is one to be able to keep the tank up first before you even start the DPS.
Now, what's that thing we ran into in Alpha, that witch that one day? One of the world bosses or something?
Oh, the one
sitting
over
on top
in
of a mountain. Yeah, sitting on a mountain.
Yeah, she's tough, man. She don't play around.
Yeah, but that's gonna be fun.
Well, we got a lot of world bosses to do. I mean, we got the red dragon to do. I mean, we've got a lot of PvE content. But the funny thing is, a lot of it is in PvP zones. So not only going to have
Kraken surrounded, and then some enemy faction comes up and hits you from behind. That would hurt.
Yeah. And we still got our 10-man raid zone too.
That's the only thing that's non-contested right now, is the 10-person raid zone. And in Alpha, they only had the first stage of it open, which was the first 2 bosses. So I can't even tell you how many bosses there are in there. But it's a tough 10-man. I mean, you really have to be working a well-oiled raid and in good gear. So crafted gear.
Real quick, Pandora, if the page isn't loading, that normally happens when we're doing these streams because we get a lot of people that are going over there to apply. I'm sorry that it's messing up for you, but if you keep trying, it will load for you.
Yeah, it's been pretty nonstop, guys, and we apologize for that, but it is, it's been pretty busy here the last few weeks. You want to go to www.
Gabe, can you go put a shirt on? Everybody's complimenting your back muscles and stuff like that. So
appreciate it.
Hey, at least he doesn't have a hairy back like you, Bear.
Yeah. We don't have to talk about that.
Once again, the address is www.grievancegaming.org. You'll want to click on the forums tab, register on the forums, and then we manually approve you. We'll get around to it a little bit later tonight. So keep an idea, because you're not done yet. You're going to have to introduce yourself in our ArcheAge forums. We want to get to know a little bit about you. So we need 5 more followers, and then we will qualify to give away a silver pack tonight.
Oh, heads up real quick, going back to the forums that Steel so loves to talk about. I'll tell you this, he's not kidding. When you put a post up on that forum for your application, please tell us about yourself. We don't care so much as, that you were the #1, ranger on this server, blah, blah, blah. We want to know about you, because we are a family here. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, too, besides what you've done in gaming and stuff.
Yeah, and I want to join your guild, that's not good enough. All right, so now we talked a little bit about the PvP rating. How about the ship battles, man? We can't talk enough about these things.
We have had some awesome water battles. We've had some great fights with a bunch of different guilds. And, a lot of people were complaining about them putting the turbulence in. I think it's one of the best changes they made.
Yes.
Because it actually makes naval combat.
It really does. I remember in Alpha, people just glide over to your ship and just wipe you out. And, you kind of scratch your head and you're like, but I didn't get to use my cannons.
Right.
Yeah.
Nowadays, in open beta, us and Lords of the Dead would go round and round, and we had a couple battles, and each of the battles lasted about an hour long, and they were great because it was like naval tactics right there. Chris Mir would be like, steering the ship, all right, starboard cannons, fire, and it was and the galleons have a surprising amount of hit points, so to speak.
Yeah.
Surprising amount of hit points, so they can take some damage. So these battles actually last a good long while, and
it takes strategy. You've got to have strategy. I mean, you can't just bully your way around. You can't have the best armor to do something. It's a thinking game. When you're out there on the ocean, it's strategy. I mean, I've seen they changed some stuff from Alpha, and I'm glad they did. Like the submarine was a push button win. I mean,
instant win card.
Okay.
That was horrible. I mean, and if anybody still thinks that it should go back to the way it was, then you're probably not playing the same game I am.
Submarine was the GG boat.
Well, you figure when we were on the original Alpha server and stuff, I don't think we ever fired a cannon, because either we boarded their boat or they boarded ours, and the fight was over within a minute. Yeah. I mean, now, like we've been saying, it's all tactical. It takes skill now. It
really does.
And, a lot of it's attrition, because a lot of our long fights, for example, it's not that we've killed their boat. It's we've wiped all their players off with our cannons and stuff, or they've fallen off and we've killed them when they jumped in the water, etc. and stuff. So once you have no more people to pilot your boat, you have nothing there. So then we just kill your boat.
Yeah.
Yep.
They had a lot of tactics for just getting the captain off the boat, because you get the captain off the boat and then nobody's piloting it. They just send their flukes over. But now let's not forget the Kraken glider. Now the Kraken glider ignores turbulence altogether. So if you get a couple of people with that Kraken glider, that changes your strategy. That's right.
You do some damage, no doubt about it.
And now that everything's going to be permanent, more people are going to have galleons and stuff too. So you might be able to see like a galleon Zerg or something.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and, in the beginning, because we would see a lot of people that would push really hard to get their galleon, on day 2 or something like that. And now that they took the handfuls and the spoonfuls off of the marketplace, they're going to be a lot more careful with those ships, because you lose that dude, and it's going to take you, a good little bit to get your alchemist up to where they can start making the repair trinkets for them.
I was so glad to see them take them off the marketplace. I
Me too.
was actually pretty upset when I saw them because it doesn't help the crafters.
Right.
By taking them off, you're helping the crafters. It was a. I understand they want to make money. That's perfectly understandable, but not at the expense of hurting your crafters. So I'm glad to see they got rid of it.
I was glad to see they took all the crafted stuff off, not just those two things, but they took everything that was crafted back off the marketplace. And that tells me that Tryon is really listening to their player base, and not just those people that QQ cry all the time. You know, they're listening to the folks that matter. I mean, like we saw the change with the labor potions already. They said they did a survey at the end of the closed beta, and that 85% of the people that did that survey said that they wanted more labor on the auction house. Now, I didn't get that survey. JoJo didn't get that survey. None of the accounts in mine. So when open comes around and everybody's like, you've got to be kidding me, they took it, they changed it back. So they listened, guys.
Yeah, it was. I know I've got a lot of. We've got a lot of Twitter. I'll get twerkers. Twinkle. Got a lot of Twitter followers, and there was a big, huge discussion on the repair stuff when it first came out there, and it was not a favorable discussion toward Tryon. But you know, like I told them, we've dealt with Tryon in Rift, we've dealt with Tryon in Defiance, and we found that Tryon actually listens to its player base. They really do. And if the players are all up in arms that something is harming the game, then Tryon takes a good look at it. And as you know, as I said, and as they've proven time and time again, they do.
I'm gonna address Angry Mario Brothers real quick because this thing's already scrolled off the top of the screen, and he asked, or they asked, excuse me, well, I hope it's a he, bro, but never mind. I digress. They asked that which was better, naval PvP or world PvP, and I'll tell you that's kind of a preference thing, because I really like the large group land PvP also.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not a fan of arena or anything like that, but the open world PvP is awesome also. So, I think it's just how I feel that, you know, during a day, you know, which I really want to do, because they're both awesome.
Yeah, it's apples and oranges, really. You can't really compare them. They're both awesome.
Well, and there's some strategy even to some of the large, you know, land-based PvP. You know, we actually got to see some of the you know, castle defenses and stuff like that, and there's some strategy used in that as well. That's not all just one person rolling there, or even 5 people can't roll in there, you know, and try to siege a castle. It takes strategy, and I was so glad to see the mechanics in this game start needing something more than just Zerg power. You know, when they limit the amount of people that can attack and defend, now you've got to start using strategy. Now, gear's important too, and I think that's the biggest difference between land-based and naval-based. Is land-based is you've got to have the gear, but when you're on the water, man, it's all open.
Yeah, that's the main reason it brought me over to this game, is because it's going to require tactics and battle, like warfare, actual strategy, and that it really excites me.
All right. Our lead producer Dashivah is now saying we are ready for the giveaway. So I'm not sure how he's going to give away. 1 second. They need to type their server, or they need to type what server?
You need to type what Dash wrote in there. What server are you rolling? Caps on beginning of every word.
All right. See how in chat right now, and Grievance will type it a few more times, but you need to type what server are you rolling, each letter capitalized with a question mark. So what server are you rolling? Since that's the most popular question this evening, what server are you rolling?
And the irony of that is not lost.
Make sure you capitalize the beginning of each word and put the question mark on the end. Not capitalized all, just capitalize the beginning of each word with the question mark on the end. So, Bear, what server are we rolling?
We're rolling on the server. Man, it gets redacted every time I try to type it or say it. I don't know what happens.
Yeah, the NSA won't let it through.
No, they're very good about that.
You know what's hilarious? They had us rolling on Holo server last night. We looked at the list on ArcheAge.com, and there's Grievance's name on the Holo server, and I'm like, really? Okay. Nobody told me.
Echo.
So we had them take it off because, quite honestly, we don't know. I'm echoing.
So yeah.
That's really weird.
Echo.
Test. Weird.
If Dash gets a chance, there's been a lot of questions about the Kraken glider. I sent a couple of JPEGs if he wants to post it up there after we get done with the giveaway.
Don't try again. Test.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't either. That's weird. All right. Whatever works.
It seems to be gone now anyway, so.
Yeah, seems to be gone now anyway. That echoing stuff, man, give me a complex. I don't want to do that. Once again.
I was pointing at Skype.
Once again, you need to type, what server are you rolling? Capitalize the beginning of each word with the question mark. That is the only way, and you have to have followed us on this cast. That is the only way you are going to have a shot at winning this silver pack. This will be the last silver pack we're giving out before launch. So just like he has it up there on the screen, what server are you rolling? And he's going to hit that roll button when we tell him to hit that roll button. And when he does, somebody's name's going to come up and you are going to get a silver pack key. So I hope you need it if you get it.
Oh, so also real quick. I mean, there's been a lot of questions and stuff, and it's really hard especially like now, because we're rolling for the thing. About 30 minutes after the cast is over, we're going to hang around tonight and stuff and try to answer all your questions and everything. So if you have some questions you want us to answer, take a potty break, grab a drink, whatever, and come back and join us again, and we'll try to answer all your questions for you.
Yep, we're going to cut this off in about 5 minutes, the cast off in about 5 minutes, and then we'll be back at 9:30 Central. So, Dash, hit it!
Crazy girl Ash, no space between rolling and the question mark.
Hold on. We keep getting more people. We have 101 people right now.
Keep getting more people. Dash said, hold on. Got 101 people. 101 people
102.
Right now.
They can hear me now.
Good. This is the voice of God. This is Dash,
Hello.
Grievance's lead producer.
103 people. Okay, we're going to hit the button.
Hit the button.
Hit the button.
Hit
The button.
We can't even see when he hits the button because of the delay.
Tire Omega.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Grats.
Tire, we will be messaging you with your silver pack code. But grats.
Awesome,
Congratulations.
Guys. All right, Bear, final thoughts.
Friday. It's all real. And the cake is a lie.
The cake is a lie. August, thoughts?
I cannot wait to do some large-scale PvP with a bunch of 50s. It's going to be fun.
Yep.
So everybody hurry up.
Be worth getting to 50 this time. Deuce!
Hey, I'll tell you, it's been nice the last couple of days. The break and stuff. Been playing some World of Tanks. Played some EQ, too, last time between breaks. But I'll tell you what, is it not Friday yet? I am ready to roll.
You and me both, brother. Well, final thoughts. Doesn't matter what guilds you join. It really doesn't. Join one that is suited for you. Obviously, this is a Grievance cast. We'll always promote Grievance for the West Side, and we'll promote our allies, Prestige Worldwide, Mega Ascended on the east side. You know, I can guarantee you we're not going to ally with douchebags. We ally with good people, and those two guilds are great people. You know, so the most important thing is you have fun doing what you're doing. You enjoy the game. You play the parts of the game that make you happy. And by all means, just have a fun time. So look, it is 9 o'clock now. We will be back in 30 minutes, and we're going to be answering questions all night long. So take a potty break, grab a smoke, grab something to eat.
Deuce will be all night long. Deuce has to have it at 4 Eastern time.
Like I said,
I got nothing better to
take
do.
a potty break, smoke break, grab a drink, come chill with us. We relax, you know, so, you know, you might see us with a beer or two. You might not. Anyway, have a good night.
See you soon,
Later, guys. And yes, Deuce has pants on.